What's cooking up in the kitchen? Am I smelling that soul food?
Oh yes, it is soul food, the spiritual food for your spiritual nourishment. And you know what? This food will never expire.
Never expire? I need this food every day.
You are listening to these spiritual-based podcasts. There are many podcasts, but this one here is to satisfy your soul, to feed your spiritual hunger. Are you hungry for God? Don't let your soul be hungry. No matter where you are, whatever you are doing now, at work, home, or on the go, you can still listen here and right now the Soul Food podcast. Don't let ever your soul to go hungry.
It's time for some soul food.
My weaknesses are that I cry too easily.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Wallace. Today I'm gonna ask you, what are your weaknesses in your relationships?
Too many. Oh no.
Think. Do I have any?
I'm a really big people pleaser, and I've been trying to work on that, but I feel like I end up losing my own identity in other people.
Giving too much of yourself away can be detrimental to a relationship because you always have to put your own oxygen mask on first.
For a long time, I've been so interested in being accepted and liked that I'll change who I am depending on who I'm with.
I didn't know much about setting my own boundaries until recently, and it's still something I'm working on a lot.
I have a big heart and I really care, and so I think that sometimes leads me into trouble where I'm just exhausted because all I ever want to do is help other people. And so I end up like going above and beyond maybe for people that don't reciprocate it back. Like time and time again this happens where I get bit back by almost doing too much and then being let down. But maybe them not doing nearly as much for me as I had done for them.
My weaknesses are that I cry too easily and despite what I just said about feeling like I can trust him with anything, I have trust issues. So I always think something's going on.
What are your weaknesses in your relationships?
We can talk about today.
Oh yes, I have very bad patience, very bad tempo, and I don't want to lower my protection. Like a hatchet, when they get attacked, they roll over and the pokey thing come out.
Mm-hmm. Hedgehog.
Yeah. I need a translation here.
Pokey.
I really strive to be authentic with myself and how I feel, so being inauthentic can be a weakness for sure.
Miscommunication, that's like the biggest weakness, probably in almost every single relationship. There will be miscommunications, you'll say something, two people interpret it differently, and it's about how effectively you can communicate. So
I think my biggest weakness is talking too much about it. So even when I know that I should not be talking about it, or if it's something on the back of my head, I need to get it out. I never really have any limiter to stop me, which is, I guess, the worst part about it.
You are now listening to Soul Food with Bishop Bara Joshua.
Did you open Psalm 119? So bookmark, let us go first to Matthew. Let us go to Matthew 15. Matthew 15. The message here today is about weaknesses. Weaknesses is the key word today. And let me tell you something. The most strongest person here in this room has his weaknesses. Nobody here is a superman, a superwoman. Everybody has his weaknesses. The problem, the matter, is not the weaknesses, but what you do or how you deal with your weaknesses. Weaknesses. Because if you don't know how to deal or to identify your weaknesses, you are going to be weak for the rest of your life. So the key word today is the weaknesses. I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish today, but I want you to pay attention. Because one way or the other, you have your weaknesses. You are human. You are a human. You are not a ghost or a machine. You do have. But how do you deal with your weaknesses? Or what have you done to overcome your weaknesses? Before we read, I have a list here of the weaknesses. Evil thought. Well, I can have more things. If I start asking here, we can add many other things to the list. But this one I took from the Bible. Evil thoughts. You need to pray for your mind, because evil thoughts comes to everybody. This is a weaknesses. When we talk about character, your character is your heart. Do you want to know your heart or the kind of heart you have? Look at your own character. You always have this evil thought, filthy thoughts, ugly thoughts, uncontrollable thoughts. This is your character. When somebody has this evil mind, evil thoughts, serial killers, we say that they have a sick mind. He is like that because his heart is like that. Your character is your heart, which means if your heart changes, your character changes. A person that has the bad character, evil character, the heart is like that. Evil thoughts, murderers. Bishop, I never killed anybody. I'm not a murderer. Well, you do not just kill with a gun, a pistol. But when you kill somebody's reputation, you are killing. It's a matter you use your tongue to kill somebody, to gossip, to lie about somebody, to destroy somebody's reputation. You are killing. Adulteries, you see that everything is in the plural. Plural. Adulteries. Adulteries. Not once, but twice, 3 times. A person is always committing adultery because the heart is adulterous. The heart of that person, when they say, oh, he's a humanizer or a manizer, the heart of that person is like that. Fornication, a person that sleeps around or have sex without being married. 1 partner, 2 partners, 3 partners. This is fornication. Is to have sex without being married. I'm not saying you live with someone, you are not officially married, but you have this marital life. Maybe you have this paper problems, I don't know. So you are not in fornication. You have that person, though you have to pray to fix your situation before God and before man. But you should not feel guilt because you have this clean life. You have just that man or just that woman, maybe for some reason, financial situation or paper situation that you are fixing, but God sees that you want to do it right. So you should not feel guilt, oh, I'm going to hell. No, you have to fix your situation. But when I say fornication, somebody single knows the truth and goes around having sex as if she or he was married. This is fornication. Adultery, you are married to someone and you cheat on your husband or on your wife. All this comes from where? From the heart. And maybe this is your weaknesses, your flesh. So, thefts. Oh, Bishop, I don't steal anybody. I'm not a robber, I'm not a thief. But when somebody forged the paper, when somebody overcharged others, like Zacchaeus did, overcharge others, it's coming from the character. This person is not honest. And maybe this is your weakness. False witnesses. False witnesses. It's when you accuse somebody, when you testify against somebody. It is when you lie. Have you ever been to court? I mean, even for a simple ticket, you have to go to court. Me too. I have been to court in California. I was speeding. I got a ticket. Bishop, my friend, I am a driver. And I told you, everybody in this room has his, what is the key word? Weaknesses. Weaknesses. And when I went to court, they always ask us to do what? Take the oath to say what? If you say a false witness or a false statement, some people go to jail not because of the crime, but because of the lie. But why a person lies? Because it is there inside of their heart. The mouth speaks out of their heart. All these weaknesses are where? Inside of their heart. And today we are going to learn how to put this word inside of your heart. And then blasphemies, mockeries. When a person knows the word and does the opposite, it's like you are mocking God. It's like you are saying, God, you don't see, you are blind. You are not everywhere. That's why I'm doing this. It's like you are saying, you are blaspheming against God. It's like I say, you don't exist. I don't believe in you. I don't believe that you are here. That's why I'm doing these things. It's a blasphemy. We can add more stuff about weaknesses, but this one I took from the Bible.
If you have been enjoying this podcast, share it with a friend or family member. Do you have your notifications on? Click that bell and make sure you always receive notifications when new episodes arrive here on Soul Food Podcasts. Thank you for listening in. That's all the soul food we have to share today. Stay tuned for the next episode on Soul Food and keep your notifications on. Share this episode with your friends and family to feed their souls. Give the food that lasts forever.